Today's sponsor is Audible.com, who has more than 180,000 audiobooks and spoken word audio products. Get a free audiobook of your choice at www.audibletrial.com/Trending Topics with BB.
Hello and welcome to another rousing edition of Trending Topics with BB. I am your humble host, Brooke Brown, hence the BB. Yes, this is going to be another one of my most popular finds episodes of this podcast, Soapbox. But before I get into the soapbox part, let's do the housekeeping. Housekeeping is go to BB Media Industries /Trending Topics for BB to find all links to where you can find us, whether that be iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Player.fm, SoundCloud, Podbean, you get the drill. And if you happen to have time while listening to this intro or listening to any other episodes, please subscribe on iTunes if you are a iOS, iPhone person, and leave a good rating and comment. That helps this podcast be found by other listeners within the podcasting realm that is iTunes. Appreciate it. And if you're over at Stitcher on Android, do the same. Leave a little rating and a little comment, preferably of the favorable ways, and that'll help this podcast continue to be found. And again, I really want to thank all of you out there that are finding this podcast, that are actually liking this podcast, that are becoming fans of this podcast. I know I'm a little sporadic in publishing episodes. I apologize for that, but it tends to be a scheduling issue with guests and so on and so forth, but that is. Now, to get on to my soapbox. Today's soapbox is brought to you by the letter whatever the fuck. Okay, so I have a bone to pick with the electronic dance music community as a whole, whether you are EDM, trance, house, techno, hardstyle, drum and bass, whatever the fuck your favorite subgenre of EDM, electronic dance music, tends to be. I have a bone to fucking pick with you, and that is, why in the times that we are having in the world right now, where it seems to be apocalyptic, first of all, Donald Trump is running for president. Scary. Second of all, we're having way too much gun violence in the U.S. And third of all, there's too much violence in general happening in the world in terms of terrorist attacks, whether it's a terrorist attack or somebody just driving a van into a public area. I know it might be too soon to bring this up, but is it really too soon? Yeah, my bone to pick on my soapbox today is get off your fucking high horse when it comes to music. Yes, we all have our favorites, we all have our preferences, but if we are a community that wants to prove to the world that we unite through music, why the fuck do we have to be elitist when it comes to the genres we like? For instance, right now in the trance community, there is a series of announcements and lineups and all kinds of goodies being announced by Dreamstate, which is a subsidiary of Insomniac, which is for the trance community. They put on primarily trance lineups for trance, obviously. And sadly, when this is announced on social media, people tend to have their favorites. I understand that, but why bash people that are included? Because that's somebody else's favorite. I mean, why the fuck? Get off your fucking high horse. Music unites us. You may or may not be a fan. I used to have a problem with this back in the day. I will be the first to admit that I used to be like, because I'm a fan of this person, I should complain about... No. I got over that motherfucking thing, because music unites us, music is an escape, and music is a universal language. And if we're going to continue to unite through music and through these events and show the world that EDM culture is not just a bunch of degenerates who love drugs and other stuff and other stereotypes that are out there, then we need to unite and just accept the fact that other people have other preferences. Is that so fucking hard to admit? I mean, come on, people. Get off your fucking high horse. You may or may not like Ben Nicky, which I love Ben Nicky. So if I mention a DJ's name and you're listening to this, it's not that I don't like you, but I'm making examples of what I see. You may like Andrew Royale. You may like whoever it may be. But the point I'm trying to make is somebody else does. And if you don't like this, you don't have to do it. Like, I don't understand. Let's just bash the fuck out of somebody because we are online and there's a screen in front of us and they can't touch us. That is fucking stupid. Come on. Get off your fucking high horse and unite through music. Admit that other people have other preferences that might be different from yours, and that's what makes the world go around. And in this time of scary apocalyptic violence going on in the world, how about we unite instead of tear down? And that is my fucking soapbox for the day. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. I'm out.